right now I'm going to innovate. I'm going to maximize the time that I do have to capitalize long term.
What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning into the Mindset Podcast, episode 11. Today, we will be talking about what you should be doing during this time of the coronavirus.
That's right. And this is a time that no one was really expecting. No one really saw this coming. And it's really a challenging time for us. And we really encourage everyone listening to really take into precaution whatever your community is telling you, whatever the government is telling us to do, self-quarantine, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, cover your mouth when you cough. All these things, we should have been doing this from day one, but especially now with this virus going around, it's always safe, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we can definitely neglect that side of us, especially. I know I was in the bathroom the other day and some guy's like, "Oh, gotta wash my hands." I'm like, "Bro, you should have been doing that.
Always be washing.
You should have been doing that for a long time ago."
Yeah, check out our TikTok that we just posted.
Definitely, yeah, you gotta check that out. They're pretty funny.
Yep.
But with that being said, obviously, we want to turn this negative thing into a positive thing and really take advantage of the time that we're going to have, because for us, school's canceled. A lot of schools are online. Workers are getting sent home with laptops to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like now is really a perfect time to work on your side hustle, start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, create content for your business, whatever it may be. It may even be just clean your house. You've never been able to get around to doing that. Or just read a book, something that you've been wanting to do for so long. And now is the time to do it, because we're basically locked in our houses, self-quarantining, and we really should just maximize and capitalize on the time that we have.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, I'll give you an example. One of the side hustles that I have that I haven't been able to get to very often because of school and work is I do flipping on the side, right?
Yeah.
I even remember when you came over my house. So long story short, I found a bicycle that someone just left on the sidewalk, and I've seen it maybe for a week, driving by right outside of my house. And one day I decided to go take a look at it and see if I can take it, what it looks like, whatever. I go and pick it up. The seat is missing. One of the wheels are popped. It's a complete disaster. But I take it anyway, and it's a Mongoose bike. It's a very famous brand. So I go online, I search up what the cost of a Mongoose bike is, and a brand new Mongoose bike is $500. Yeah. But this one, of course, has damages and whatever. Anyway, I take a picture of it. I post it on OfferUp, and I of course say that it's broken. It has a missing seat, whatever. I end up selling it for $20 cash.
Yeah, easy 20.
Easy 20. I literally pick it up one day, take a picture, and post it the next day, and the next day I have $20. $20 laying around. So it's things like that now that we have that 2 weeks off, that we can really capitalize on, right? So in these 2 weeks, I'm going to be focusing on doing more flipping. I'm going to go garage selling more often, fixing things up, and then just posting it on OfferUp, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. And that's an easy way to make quick money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys, me included, we probably have stuff laying around, and if that's your side hustle, just look around. I mean, again, you're going to be locked inside your house for God knows how long. Yeah. So might as well just start and be creative and do something,
It's free money.
It's free money.
It's free money right there.
And we were listening to a video this morning about Gary Vee talking about PPI. And what that stands for is perspective, patience, and innovation. So first, we want to talk about perspective. You want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So, of course, perspective, number one. Be thankful that you're healthy. Hopefully your family's healthy. Take all the precautions necessary to avoid this virus. And then from there, you can move on and have patience, and then go into innovation, which I know you're going to get into.
Definitely, yeah. Patience, again, the second point is we don't know how long this is going to last. Hopefully shorter rather than longer. But again, we always have to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. And we really need to be patient, because like I said, we don't know how long this is going to last. The timetable, it could take a month, it could take a year. God knows how long it's going to take. But with that being said, under the category of patience is time management, because a lot of people who are locked inside their houses or are home from school or home from work, they might be driving themselves crazy, not knowing what to do. And whether you don't have a side hustle, whether you don't know what to do, just being wise with your time is so important, because a lot of people I know for college students might be waking up at 1 o'clock, having breakfast at 3, going to bed at 3 a.m. being wise about your time management skills will really prepare yourself, because the time when it is time for us to go back to work, when it is time for us to go back to school, it's gonna hit us like a bus, you know, because we're gonna be caught up in this, you know, this lifestyle of waking up late, doing whatever we want, you know, being sluggish, and we're not gonna be prepared for when that time comes. You know, and the third point that we want to get into is innovation. For a lot of business people, for a lot of, like I said, we have so much time on our hands. We need to innovate and be creative, whether that be starting a podcast, starting a YouTube channel, creating content. And there's, again, like you said, you're just doing your side hustle. You just want to pay more attention to your side hustle, to your flipping side hustle. And that might be what you need to do. You know, whether you don't know if you want to start a business right now, whether you don't know if you want to start a podcast, we're always encouraging to start, you know, something that will generate revenue. But we want you to do what you want to do and be happy with that. You know, a side hustle is always a hobby. It's something that can always bring you money, keep you creative, keep you healthy. I know for a lot of people that like to work out, the gym might not be the best place to go right now. But hey, we live in Miami, so it's always a nice day outside. You can go running, go for a walk, do some push-ups outside, do something, and just be innovative with your time and do what you maximize the time that you do have.
Yeah, look, there's no excuses right now. You know, the people that make excuses of not having time, well, here you go, Merry Christmas. Now you have 2 weeks to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? It's just like Gabriel was saying, staying active, doing something. Because once the time comes to go back to work, it's gonna take you a long time to adjust, right? So just stay active, do what you gotta do, start that side hustle. Right now, for example, for our podcast, we're gonna start filming already for season 2, which is something that we're planning on doing before the coronavirus, of course. Mm-hmm. But now, since we have this stretch of free time, we said might as well just start shooting for season 2. We have all this time.
Exactly.
So every single day, we're going to start recording, having guest speakers on, shooting a new intro video. That's the things. That's the kind of things that you all need to be doing at home to stay active.
Yeah. And I'll give you a perfect example. For those of you guys who do know me, you may know that I work at the American Airlines Arena with the Miami Heat and the events that go on there. And unfortunately, I'm sure everyone knows that the NBA is canceled, postponed, suspended, whatever you want to say. There's no games going on. For the most part, the events are also canceled. Mm-hmm. So if it wasn't for my business, for my clients, I would be out of a job right now. And that's one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur, is just, you know, working on your own schedule. And right now, I'm going to innovate. I'm going to maximize the time that I do have to capitalize long term. You know, so I feel like if you are an entrepreneur, if you do have a business, now is the time to really maximize and take advantage of the fact that you have all this time on your hands and just do what you have to do. You know, a couple weeks could put you a couple months or even years ahead, you know, of your competition, or, you know, what your dream is, what your goal is. So I definitely encourage everyone to take advantage of the time, be creative, be innovative, be active as we are in this time. And just, you know, do what we've been prolonging for so long.
Yeah, and look, this is the best time to invest in stocks right now and to invest in Bitcoin. Right now, stocks are really, really low. Right now, Bitcoin, we checked yesterday, was what, $3,000?
$3,000. Yeah.
Like right now is the time. Buy cheap, sell high. Easy as that. Right now, it's cheap. So if you want to invest some money, you want to make some quick money, invest in Bitcoin, invest in stock market. And then maybe in a year from now, maybe in 5 months, you can sell it and make big money. Definitely. Right? As entrepreneurs, as business people, as we are, we hunger for things like this. We thirst for moments like this where people are going to take the back seat, they're going to relax, they're going to take it easy. This is a time to go 1,000 miles an hour. This is a time to start that business. This is a time to capitalize, like Gabriel said, on this free time when people aren't. This is where we go ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. Right now, we got to go full throttle. No excuses, and then just go, and go.
Yeah, and we don't want to be insensitive either. I know this is obviously a challenging time for all of us, especially for those being affected by this virus. Maybe you have family members, yourself, whoever, you know, is impacted by this. I feel like we also need to take it. With that being said, we also need to take advantage of the time that we have, you know, because things like this are going to happen. We live in a changing world every day. Economy is changing every day. And if we just sit and dwell on the challenges of our life, we're never going to get anywhere, you know? Mm-hmm. And I feel like as long as we just, you know, obviously take precautions like we mentioned earlier, washing your hands, you know, covering your mouth, whatever it may be to keep yourself safe, healthy, do that, please, by all means. The health and safety of you and your loved ones is by far the most important. But we do really want to just encourage those especially with this time off, just take advantage and maximize the time that we're gonna have, you know. And with that being said, just to close on this, I'm sure wherever you live, wherever you're listening to this, you live in a community where there's many small businesses, and unfortunately this coronavirus is really going to take an effect on them. And it never hurts to give a lending hand, whether that be financially, emotionally, just being there for them, words of encouragement.